All right, here we are. Have it all unrolled here so you can check it out. The brim, the inner ribbing, my very first mini pattern, the main pattern I picked out. Pretty excited for the hoard. All right, and so once you finish this, you should have 40 or 50 rows completed from here to here. And that's when you can start your decreasing if you'd like. If you got the pattern from the Facebook group, which I hope you did, because we definitely want to support the museum, you follow the instructions and it'll tell you to, once you finish your main patterning, to knit a row, and then decrease from 144 stitches, that's what our width is right now, to 128, so that's 16. So if you divide the 128 by 16, it'll give you, you know, how many stitches to go, and then knit 2 together, and so forth. So that's what I did there. Well, in between here and here, you know, this, I actually did 2 rows just because I wanted some extra space. And that's totally cool. You can make your kep as long as you want. I've seen some super long ones. And then I chose my first pattern. It's not very many rows, 8 or something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So it's just 8 rows, little square, 8 by 8. And there we go. And then again, since this is 128 stitches, you definitely want to make sure that your pattern goes evenly into the amount of stitches you have. I can hear my puppy barking there. Finish that. Knit a plain row with your main color. And again, now we want to decrease down to 112. So we'll okay, small interruption. Santa was at the door. So where was I at? We were decrease from 144 to 128, 128 to 112, and then later you'll go to 96. And so we want this one's 128. We want to go down to 112. We divide that by 16. It'll tell us how many stitches to go before we stitch 2 together and continue. As always, definitely count again your stitches before you start patterning, just to make sure. Both times I was a stitch off, which is easy enough to fix. You can just stitch 2 together and go about your business. And no one will be the wiser, except for you. All right, so I'm going to continue on patterning here, and then we'll get back together when I finish my next decrease, and then we'll start working on the crown. That's the pretty exciting part as well. If you want, we can also talk about tucking in our ends. I'll walk you through that as well, just so it looks all beautiful. Okay, it's time. I'll show you real quick how to weave in your ends. I lost my cool needle with the big huge eye, but we want it to be as invisible as possible, so just go down a few. Don't pull things too tight because we still need our stretch. Come back up. Don't poke through that next color, of course. And I'm just going to go in a little circle here. Because again, this will be inside, so no one's going to see it. There you go. And then just snip this off and keep it up. And repeat that for all of your little tails and you'll be good to go. It'll be beautiful. I'm so proud of you that you've come this far. I bet you feel great. Like you'd never accomplish anything this big. But, and then mine edge curls up a little bit, but when you block it out at the end, you know, wash it in some wool wash or some gentle detergent, and it'll, when you lie it flat, that'll stay flat. Plus, when you stretch it out onto your head, that'll be less of a problem as well. It'll all come together. Some people continue knitting the upper portion with the same needles down here. You can see if you look really closely, the weave is much tighter down here than it is up here. I might try my next one that way. Just see how it turns out. But all right, continue with your short pattern. I'm using, let's see here, just some diagonal lines and then little boxes. I'm going to stack these on top of each other, so it'll be an 8-row before I cut down to my next one. And then I'll meet you back and we'll start on our decreasing for the crown. All right, just wanted to show you that at about row 7, I had to switch to my DPNs because it got too tight. So be prepared for that. So dig out your, what are these ones? 3.25, I think it is. Yeah, you can see it there, upside down. So there we are so far. Looking good. Not too cone-headed. I just followed right along with the pattern. And we're almost there. We're almost there. All right, there's the finished product. I haven't blocked it yet, so my top is still curling. But I'll let you see the top there and how well that turned out.